Have you ever closed your eyes and felt the world breathing? Most of us are obsessed with what we see. We judge our lives by the cars we drive, the mirrors we look into, and the screens we slide. We believe that seeing is believing. But what if I told you that the most beautiful things in this universe cannot be seen with the eyes? What if I told you that your vision is actually a veil that hides the truth? Today, we journey to the edge of the world to meet a man named Silas. Silas was born into a world of total darkness. He never saw the color of a rose or the gold of a sunrise. Yet, people traveled for thousands of miles just to sit in his presence. Why? Because Silas could see things that people with perfect eyesight were blind to. This is a story about the light that stays when the sun goes down. A story that will change how you look at your life forever. One day, a young man named Julian arrived at Silas's door. Julian had everything: wealth, status, and health, but his soul was in a state of chaos. He was haunted by anxiety, chasing shadows of success that never felt like enough. He sat across from the blind man and shouted in frustration, "Old man, they say you have wisdom, but look at you, you sit in the dark while I have traveled the world and seen its glory. Yet, I am miserable, and you look like you have found a kingdom. Tell me, how can a man who sees nothing know more than a man who sees everything?" Silas didn't flinch. He pushed a cup of tea toward Julian and whispered, "The problem, Julian, is not that you see too little. It is that you see too much. You are so distracted by the glitter of the world that you have forgotten to look at the light that powers it." Silas told Julian, "For the next 3 days, you will live as I do. You will not remove that cloth. You will eat, walk, and breathe in the dark." At first, Julian panicked. He stumbled. He felt helpless. He cried out in anger, "This is a waste of time. I am losing my world." But Silas remained silent. On the second day, something shifted. Without his eyes to distract him, Julian's other senses began to wake up. He heard the ants moving in the sand. He felt the subtle change in the wind's temperature before the sun even rose. He smelled the rain from 100 miles away. But most importantly, he began to hear his own thoughts. For the first time, he wasn't running away from himself. He was meeting himself. When Julian finally removed the blindfold, the world looked different. The trees weren't just trees. They were miracles of life. The sky wasn't just blue. It was a canvas of infinite mercy. He turned to Silas and whispered, "I spent my life looking at things, but I never truly saw them." Silas smiled. "You see, Julian, the eyes are only windows. If the room inside is messy, the view outside will always look ugly. Most people are blind with their eyes open. They see the faults in others. They see the lack in their bank accounts. They see the wrinkles on their faces. They see the shadows but forget the sun that creates them." True vision is not an act of the eyes. It is an act of the soul. It is the ability to see the blessing in the trial, the peace in the storm, and the Creator in the creation. So, what are you looking at today? Are you focused on the darkness of your problems, or the light of your opportunities? Silas taught Julian that our thoughts are the lenses we wear. If you think your life is a tragedy, you will find evidence of it everywhere. But if you clean the lens of your heart with gratitude, even the smallest moment becomes a masterpiece. The greatest journey is not traveling 10,000 miles to see new lands. It is opening your heart to see your current life through new eyes. You don't need more vision. You need more insight. If this story helped you see a little clearer today, share it with someone who is struggling in their own darkness. Subscribe to the Inspired Tales, and let's keep walking toward the light. Stay inspired.